Hi folks, it's me, MB, back again with another video. In this video I want to discuss the main reason why the Carrion Golemancer or the Golemancer will be successful league starter, and I want to go through some concerns why this could actually not be the best idea to run a Golemancer at the start. Before I do this, I'll just prepare myself to kill Daresso for the first time, and yes, damn, my video is too big, I can't see my inventory, so I have to correct this real quick. 1 second, here we are again. Yes, I smashed the essence to the boots. The result is okay, but now I have a pretty cool fall link. This one wasn't bad at all, but the colors weren't right, so I just put the minion damage, Carrion Golem, Stone Golem, and melee physical support to this boots, and then I'll summon my buddies. So, Case Golem is missing. Here we are. At this stage, I'm level 37 right now. It's nothing too crazy. I haven't put any effort in this character. It's league end. I just want to go over some minor points. Yeah, so now a small showcase. I have already ditched the Raging Spirits because I don't think that I need them any longer. Get my skellies up to the boss, and wow, look at this. Yeah, well, normally when I level a Golemancer, this is my second character in the league, or my third character in the league, or my fourth, or whatever. It's normally not the first one. So at this stage of the game, I already have the Anima stone, all the other Primordial Jewels, and I do use the Primordial chain and all that. So this is where I normally am at this stage. I've never played this regularly as a league starter, so I have never gimped myself to use shitty gear and all that. And I'm kind of impressed of how it actually performs, because Daresso and the other guy, Comb, whatever he is, are normally pretty tough, especially when you don't have any gear, and he gets smoked. He just gets smoked from my golems and my zombies, and of course my skeletons. Skeletons are sick at this level. I do know that already, but yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So just a little visit to my beautiful hideout. I really care about my hideout, you can see, and you can tell the time and the effort that I've put into this hideout. You can't imagine. It's huge. Okay, well, so let's just start with the main concerns. Why do you think? Why do people think? Why did I think that this might not be a good idea to league start with? The first one was that it is too expensive to start with, and I understand why people do think that this might be expensive, but I can show you that this isn't really the case. The performance of those golems is good already, even if you do not have the Primordial Jewels. The main reason why this build could be a little bit expensive at the start are the Anima, is the Anima stone and the other Primordial Jewels. That's it. I wouldn't consider I wouldn't say that the Cold Iron Point Dagger, which is absolutely crazy for the build, I don't have to tell you that. I wouldn't say that this is a league starter item. You have to work for it a little. I guess it's 10 to 15 C when the league starts, and when I say league start, then I mean the first week of the league. The Primordial Jewels, especially the Anima stone, because this stone is combined using all the other stones, or all the other Primordial Jewels, which is Harmony, Eminence and Might. This stone is expensive. Yes, it is expensive because it is rare, and the more people try to play golems right at the start of the league, then the more this stone will be requested, and that's the reason why it is expensive. But what is actually the benefit of having the Anima stone? It's 2 more golems. 2. When you have a look at the passive tree. If you have seen my last video, if you saw my last video, then you saw me killing Izaro for the first time using crappy gear and was level 34 and all that. You saw me choose my first 2 ascendancy points, and I got an additional golem. So this is the first lap, which is pretty easy to achieve. I've showed you that. And second lap, you get another golem, so which is pretty easy as well, I can tell you that. It is, then you have 4 golems already. Early in the league, I think it would be best to have, it might be better to have 3 stone golems, 1 chaos golem to begin with, early mapping and all that. I'm not too sure. I have the carrion golem right now, and seems to do a pretty good job, especially in clearing already. Clears definitely better than the stone golem does, but I cannot ditch the stone golem, and I never can ditch the stone golem because it already offers me 113 life rack, which is so crazy when you see my life pool. It's so crazy. But you have 4 golems then, and let's just say you would choose to run 1 chaos golem and 3 stone golems, then this will easily be enough to clear until you hit like yellow maps. So, and this is without the Anima stone. This is without Primordial Jewels. If you'd go for a Primordial Jewel, I would choose the Primordial Might to begin with. This might be, it is the cheapest of all of them, and in my opinion it's worth the most, because your minions or your golems will be aggressive when you have it. Why is my camera like that? Looks weird. Okay. So the main concern, or the one concern, that it might be expensive, I don't think that this is actually the case. That's what I wanted to say with all the bullshit that I have just told you. But what makes it expensive is the Anima stone. Yes, this could be. That's it. No one by now knows how common the cluster jewels will be in Harvest League. We know already that if you choose your content, if you choose your maps, if you run multiple different multiple additional encounters during your mapping process, then you might have a bigger chance, or you have a bigger chance to spawn the Delirium Mirror, which then gives you the chance to get some of those cluster jewels. This is what we know by now, but we don't know how common they are. So even if you run like Alva missions and you choose your map with Metamorph Scarabs of whatever, just some cheap shit to get some more action to your map, we don't know how common the Delirium Mirror will spawn then. And this is, I guess, something that holds back many builds, and I guess that GGG is aware of that, and I don't think that they will limit the cluster jewels too much, because cluster jewels are crazy, and cluster jewels are fun to use, and it's fun to build around your character, getting the most out of those cluster jewels. And that's the reason why I don't think that they will hold them back too much, and we will have them sooner or later. So I'm pretty sure there will be some kind of crafting option in Harvest League where you can actually get a cluster jewel. Mind my words, I'm pretty sure they will do something like that. But let's see. So cluster jewels plus the primordial jewels, those two might hold the build back, but this build works without it, definitely. I currently plan to upload a new video, or to actually record it first and then upload it after, just running my showcased Carrion Golemancer, and giving him the bare minimum gear to actually be able to run maps, and give him like passive points on the tree to simulate he's like 70 whatever, like 75 or something like that, so early maps, and then I run a map showcase, and just to see and just to show how good it actually is, using 4 golems. I need to buy gems, of course, because my carrying golem is like 21, 23, but just to show and just to get a little bit into what it looks like to have this in early maps. This might be interesting for some of you. So another thing that you have to keep in mind is 1 second. Another thing that you have to keep in mind is as we get a 200 melee work, a 200 melee rework. You might see that the melee gems will be more expensive. Yeah, this may actually affect the most common support gems, melee support gems. I think if 200 melee gets more attraction and more players play the 200 melee builds, then those gems will be more expensive, and gems like Awakened Multi-Strike and Awakened Multi-Strike, Melee Physical, Awakened Melee Physical, Brutality, and so on, will be more expensive. Awakened Brutality, of course, everything else doesn't matter. Everything else you can just level, but the Awakened Melee gems, the Awakened Melee support gems will be more expensive, I guess. So it might be harder to actually get those. This is one thing that comes to my mind in regards of minion, especially when you use minions with full physical damage, or yes, full physical damage. So those things come to my mind when you really want to look for a reason not to play golems as a league starter, then well, there are concerns. There are concerns, but doesn't hold me back, to be honest. I will definitely go for this because I think it's cool. I've never done this before, and I like the build. I love how the carrion golems perform later on, and I like challenges. That's it. And even if it's more expensive or more common, and there is more actually more competition on the market, sniping those items and all that, I go for it. I will definitely start this. And so, well, that's about it. So, bye. Just realized, after I've talked forever, I did not give you the main reason why this build is actually a good idea to league start with. Oopsie. Well, it's a good idea to league start this build because it is relatively easy to build around. It's relatively cheap to start with when you don't use the stones, which I've talked death. This build has a super high and good scalability, so you can go from absolutely garbage gear to absolutely god tier, and there's always something to improve, and this is what I like the most in Path of Exile. I had several league starters where you have a good start, you're super quick, you kill everything pretty easy on a budget, but once you want to invest more, the benefit that comes out from spending more currency to the build isn't really too cool. So, for example, if you have a build that's able to go to you red maps and clear them on a 1x budget, and then you want to take this build and make it a boss killer, for example, this might not work, even if you put like 30 exalted in. And this build can do this. I'm pretty sure that you can go to red maps with a 1x budget, but if you add 30x, you will realize that this build gets stronger. And if you add further 50 exalted, then it gets stronger. And if you add more and more and more, the build gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And this is what I like about this. Yes, this might be true for many builds, but this is definitely not the case for all league starters. Okay, and yes, so even if there are concerns, now that's it, I promise. See ya, bye.